Hello, everybody, and welcome into episode 30. We do not have music currently. Flame is getting set up at home. We are sponsored by Martin Mancini, and please go and check out the Subscribe Star. We're working on stuff. We have plans now for exclusive videos. Flame and I are going to start recording history videos, so that'll be fun. We're planning a true band soonish. We got pokers in the fire for the first time in a while.
We got a lot of iron in the fire, buddy. Sorry,
Yeah, for the first time in a while, we're actually prepared with things.
Yes.
This
little,
time,
I guess,
true bands
news.
will have a purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. News to, I guess, our fans. In the near future, we might have a bunch of, what would you say, Mayor? 2-3 shot, probably?
I don't know. You're the one that's moving. I cannot control or tell you how long it'll take you to move.
Well, yes. We'll be having a 2 or 3 shot, maybe a 1 or 2 shot. I possibly might be moving. I found a new job that I'm wanting to take, and if I get it, it will help me immensely. So I'm gonna hop on that. So yeah. Just be warned if it's like, hey, why isn't Flame recording? Why isn't Flame here for a couple weekends? Just know, hey, I'm moving into a new house or apartment or whatever I get. Oh, my legs.
Where did Flame go? Is he chilling with Jimmy Hoffa?
If only I was that popular.
Well, get some music playing and ask us the question because we didn't get anything from anybody this week. So.
I do have a question. Give me a minute. It's going to be a sec before I get the music going. My computer has decided that this is now the prime opportunity that it needs. I'm afraid has to update for it to work properly. But I do have a question for y'all if you want to take a second to think about it.
Sure.
If you could go and live in any time period, prime of your life, in that time period, what would it be and why? I'll give you all a couple seconds, maybe a minute to think about that as I, get my computer up and running. Just take your time, think about that. Some of you, I bet, I know the answer to already. I bet some of you already have an answer to said question. But just give the devil a minute.
I got one.
All right, bro. Good thing. Give me a minute.
Everything hurts.
Oh, life is a pain and misery, and I don't want to be here.
Everybody.
Oh, here's some crazy news. The Bridget North one shot hit 258 views, and we finally have viewers from the United Kingdom, so welcome in to all of our friends overseas.
Cheers.
Welcome from across the pond. We're glad to have you.
Cheers. Pull up a seat. Have a pint.
Feel
I
free
have
to
so-
send some bants our way because we've had our own bants, so we're
Hell
excited.
I have so many questions.
What I can basically assume is Flame and I got the channel properly registered, and what I'm assuming had happened is it took a little bit of us continuing what we've been doing and uploading regularly, and it decided that for whatever reason, because it was the second most popular video at the time, that it was going to push the one shot, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, it's doing well in America, let's shove it on over to the United Kingdom for some reason.
I meant I had questions.
Eventually, we'll have celebrity guest stars.
I had questions of our British viewers, like, what is it with beans on toast?
I think they get
All
that
right,
all the time.
don't make enemies already.
I'm not making enemies. It's a legitimate question.
It's actually padding. Meant to be padding. Yeah. My stepmother actually told me this. She's British.
Because see, look, I'm sure they could ask me dozens of questions, like why do we call why do we call scones biscuits, and why do we put this delicious gift from the gods called sausage gravy on top of it.
Because it's a
it's
gift from the
delicious.
god.
I'm not trying to be an ass to our lovely
Are you ready with
British viewers.
Yes,
ready for
I've
the question?
actually been waiting a couple minutes here. I'm just waiting for Trucker to stop talking.
You can tell me
Right.
to shut up, you know.
I'm not mean enough to go, hey, Trucker, shut the fuck up.
All right, settle down. Let's just
That's
get
what
going.
she said.
Nice. But yes, do you guys all have your questions and your answers to the question in mind? Did we just get somebody that's joining in? Hunter, I believe Hunter just joined.
Yep.
I don't even know what the question is.
Yeah.
The question the question in question, I guess, is the best way to say this. If you could live in the prime of your life in any time period, year, century, millennium, whatever, what would you pick and why? And we're gonna start with Mayor.
1990. I want to live through the
God.
90s.
No.
The 90s are the best. We peaked in the 90s. The world should have ended right at 99.
Fair
He
enough.
knows. He knows not what he wants.
I know exactly what I want.
No, you don't.
Fair enough. I will not argue with that. Can you all hear the music?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it a bit tense? Is it tense? Do you guys think it's tense?
Yep.
A little,
I love it.
but it's
Good,
fine.
good. That's what I want this. Sheep.
Yes.
What
So
what century? What year? What time?
So personally, I would like to visit the 1800, the late 1800s to actually no, the late 15th century. At least that way I can enact my own sort of sense of manifest destiny.
On what?
Respect.
All right. Okay.
Based answer, based
Yeah,
response.
I don't think that's gonna get topped.
I mean, you never know. Rucker, how about you?
I'm gonna say probably the 1960s. A lot of big things happened in the 60s that I'd like to see.
That'd be great.
And then I want to see who actually did it.
Oh, come on, man. They were more in the dark than we are. Don't do this.
I'm gonna choose to act like I don't know what you're talking about.
See, what's crazy, that could refer to a couple of different things. I want to see who actually did it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I have no idea what you're talking about.
I was there. I was.
Alrighty, next up. It's
But they got him already.
next up. Drowning you guys all out. Just gonna talk over you guys. Just gonna talk over all of you. Chaos, what's your answer?
Age of Viking.
I should have figured that for you.
I don't think you know exactly what you're asking for, bud. Because that's a very large period of time. That's, 400 or 500 years. You're going to need to narrow that down just a little bit.
I didn't say you had to.
Nope.
I
That
didn't
wasn't
say you
the
had to.
rules.
Sheep said the 18 and the 1500s. Like I said, it can be time. It can be years, century, millennium, anything.
I said Age of Viking. I didn't say what age.
I want to change my answer then.
Nope, too late.
I want to live in the 16th millennium so I can see the Imperium of Man.
That's more than welcome. That's more than welcome. Hunter, how about you?
Oh, probably like the 1900s throughout the whole time.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
He gets to
Have
see the
nice
first
cars.
airplane.
Yeah.
Gets
Nice
to see
old
the first
cars.
airplane fly. Ooh, you know what you could see if you did do that? And I'd get, well, no, I wouldn't if I took the 60s. You'd get to go watch Pascal B, where we beat the Russians into space with a manhole cover.
Yeah.
Y'all think I'm kidding?
No, we are all well aware of our manhole cover that's probably in the Andromeda Galaxy right now.
Oh, it's farther than that. Come on.
California, USA, made in America.
We fired a manhole into space at 37 miles a second.
Mm.
I'm not sinking, folks. 37 miles a second.
Not an
Not a
hour.
minute.
It took
Not
a
an hour,
bomb, a
not a
very
minute.
large bomb.
A second.
137,000 miles per hour, 37 miles a second.
It would be great if it was one of those situations where one of these scientists got way too big for their britches and they were so confident in something and they wanted to test it out themselves, just like all these other inventions. And the guy's like, I don't even think it's going to do anything. I will prove that it'll do nothing. I'm going to stand on this manhole cover myself. And then he goes straight into space.
Well, look at that. Mark's going to space again.
Oh,
Have fun, buddy.
Adios, Ted.
There went
Oh,
Dr.
then
Smith.
we have so many
Yes.
problems.
Is he not even showing up tonight?
Oh,
He said he'd be late.
yeah.
Oh, I never saw anything of it.
There
Maybe give
went
him
Dr.
heck.
Smith. We hardly knew him.
Wow, workplace accidents and OSHA violations have gone down drastically since Ole Smith is gone.
I just imagine there's like a giant sign out of his lab that's like 4,050 days, no accidents. Someone just comes over, just starts erasing it really slowly. Just like,
Yeah, he's like
just a big zero.
Like, I love how we came up with the calculation for it too. Because we were watching the detonation with the fastest speed slow-mo camera we had in 1957.
Mm-hmm.
You can only see the manhole for one frame. It went frame, no manhole. Frame, manhole. Next frame, no manhole. Whee!
Gone.
So
Where it is.
somewhere in space is a manhole cover made from the Pittsburgh Iron Works, where they bought the thing to put in the cap once they loaded the bomb into the hole.
What would have been endlessly funny is if that's... I know it's the wrong time period, but if it was that cliche where it destroys the HBO satellite.
You know what's funny, though?
Honey!
We have gold records on the Voyagers with all this lovely science information and where we are and all this stuff on it. But I have a sneaking suspicion that the manhole cover might be the first thing aliens find of us because we shot it out there first and faster.
100 years after Voyager passes the first alien, there's already this manhole cover. Like, what the hell is that? How advanced are these people?
There's already an alien cult dedicated to the manhole cover.
Say that too. It's just like, we bring you your god. We worship it. That's just a manhole cover.
It would have been awesome if they returned it to us. Like, hey, we don't want you to lose this. It seems pretty important. It's like, dude, there are millions of these.
They established the first universal church of the Pittsburgh Iron Works.
That's what the Imperium of Man is going to actually be around.
You heard it first, folks. When you make that church, we want royalties.
You're going to expect everything centered around the Emperor. No. It is just the Pittsburgh Iron Works manhole cover. You're getting screwed, man. You're waiting for answers from a manhole cover that we lost in the 50s.
You see, the true identity of the Emperor of Mankind is a manhole is the Pittsburgh Ironworks manhole
Just
cover.
you wait, they'll retcon some of the story and you'll have that welded to his chest.
Speaking of Warhammer, do you see the new thing about female Space Marines?
Fuck
It's
that!
female. It's
Yeah.
female custodies.
My bad,
The
female
custodians.
custodians.
Fuck that.
And-
That never existed. That's just them being woke. Fuck that.
The entire
Amazon,
reason
if
the
you hear-
fan base.
You hear me,
Now,
Amazon?
hold
Fuck you.
on! Don't make me mute you all. We're not
Sorry.
going down that pipeline. I'm not here to make that fight. I'm here to share one story of it. Now, I am in another Discord that is specifically Warhammer. And everybody was arguing about this thing. And one guy came forward and said this. If you have female custodians, then you need... Oh, what the fuck are they called?
You need male
You need,
sisters of battle.
Order Sororitas.
No,
The Adept
no.
Sororitas.
It does involve the Sisters of Battle, though. Oh, you need boy toy Sisters of Battles. You need the fake, like the guys that dress and act like girls. That look the anime version. They look like girls. You need them that are the Battle Sisters. And this entire chat went, "Your terms are acceptable. We agree."
I'm going to
No.
ignore this and just start doing the Top Gear recap now.
Go right ahead.
I
Right
will
ahead.
withhold my judgment, but I still say that it feels very wrong on some level.
No, I'm against it.
In last week's episode, Deimos creates a fog, Lucian takes a dive, Dazzle Booper saves a few pals, and Gelram serves his sword a drink, Crow tames a horror, and Hoax blows up his spot. Find out what happens right now.
So, we're not gonna jump. We're gonna jump a little bit, actually. We're gonna jump, I say 5 hours into the future. You lot were detained. You were told, don't say a damn word, come nicely, or shit's gonna happen. And you all decided, yeah, we don't need more problems. But fuck you guys, we go limp. Making it a little bit of a hassle for some of them to carry you away.
Yeah, the 400-pound robot.
Yeah, you were the
I
most
was just
annoying one because the green dragon had to take her draconic form to actually move you.
Meanwhile, Lucian and Brenda are just chattering away in the ear of the guard that is carrying him with just incessant questions. Like, basic, where are we going? What are we doing? How are you doing? Like, non-stop chatterbait questions in his ear. Just
Are we
trying
there
to
yet?
piss him off.
Hey,
He literally, are we there yet the whole way?
Can we
Yeah.
stop for a cheeseburger?
Yes.
No, shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Oh, come on, I'm hungry.
You all guys are carried away. You are taken to a very familiar prison only to Gelram, because he knows this as a military prison. You guys are stripped of all your items. You are forced to change out of the clothes you're wearing and wear basically prison-style jumpsuits. Lucius, there's a problem with you, though.
Lucian.
As those new boots you got from the ship can't come off.
Oh no.
And I just want to preface this to everybody in the chat. Every game we've ever played, when there's a cursed item, I think all but one of them I've had with him, he usually ends up with the cursed items. And I don't know how, but Chaos found the cursed item.
I had one once.
I said all but one.
Why?
You chose to put them on. That wasn't even my fault. But yeah, you now have a pair of boots that won't come off you. And some of the guards do make comments at that, like, we could just cut him off. And one was like, no, there's no point in cutting his feet off. Just let him keep it. We'll put him in the anti-magic chamber. You each are individually put in a chamber with no windows, one opening, which is the cell door. And the cell door is designed to have 3 locks on it, which the closest lock that you can actually reach is the final lock, which can't even be picked at or even messed with until the 2 other locks are unlocked.
Oh, goody. Solitary confinement.
Yes.
Overkill.
There's more. No, there's more.
Dude.
The way your cells are set up, they're in a circular-like formation, but there is a cylinder wall that blocks your view from seeing any of the other cells, so you cannot see anybody. And there are runic designs on your cell that basically make it silenced in such a way that nobody outside your cell can hear you. Only someone standing inside the cell or directly in front of the bars can hear you. So you will not know how many days go by because of the sunlight. No sunlight. You will not know if anyone else is near you, and you will not know if or when you get to get out, or if there's anybody else in this block with you. 2 things will happen in a number of days you are unfamiliar about. 1, you will all be given basically a letter. The letter, just a basic, your court case is this day. You are being charged for destruction, basically menace to society, destruction of government property. Let me look over the list real quick. Disturbing the peace, and possible terrorism.
Oaks is elated when he reads
Crow,
terrorism.
Crow in a cell by himself would just say, "Not this again."
Lucian's just doing a handstand with his on his shoulders, just upside down, legs straight up against the corner of the wall, as if things weren't simple enough.
The
Oh,
Asshole
and the worst
Booper
part
is
is-
probably gonna. Oh.
The worst part is, Lucian, they took Deborah.
Oh no.
They took her as
Lucian-
well.
Lucian's not phased. He's literally just sitting there, just whistling to himself, just passing the time. If there's one thing he knows, Deborah's stronger than she is, even if she is handicapped.
Yeah,
There's the reason she was stuck with him after all.
yeah.
Deimos
Yeah.
would have tried to send a sending spell. If possible.
You're unable to. Each one of these individual cells that each of you are in are designed to be completely anti-magic.
Yeah. The Asshole Booper's probably been spending most of this time working out, but in a surprisingly out of character, serious attitude.
I will say this: your cells are very bare bones. You have a cot and a chamber pot. That is it. Nothing else.
Oaks muses to
I would have
himself.
spent the
If only we had put Dr. Tremaine in one of these things.
You know,
Deimos
You know
would have
how
spent
you,
the whole time praying then.
you know how some people like cross their arms behind their head when they sleep?
Yeah.
Imagine Lucian's doing that, only instead of on the ground, he is back up against the corner of the wall, legs pointed up to the ceiling, and he's resting on his head at the bottom of the at the corner.
What are you, a possum?
Some people meditate in the most strange of ways.
You guys are given meals. You're given 3 basic meals a day. You're unable to tell, like, you're like, okay, we can tell it's a day because we got 3 meals. Wait, can we? As anybody who tries to try to count, see if there's like a similar, it feels like at this time, immediately realizes they're giving different amount of meals at different times to keep your internal clock off.
It's been 30
Deimos
minutes. but
never
we've had
eats
4
anything.
meals.
Deimos, they bring you oil. Like, do you need this?
I don't respond.
I just stare at you. You hear one of them whisper,
Basi-
is it broken?
Basically, for the entirety of his time in here, He is either deep in meditation or he's praying. Probably both.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, let's see who they want to. Let's see who they want to talk to first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see which of you chuckle fucks. That'd be the first one we brought in for an interrogation. Nottingelrum, Crow.
Oh no.
Where's the orb?
And Garum is
Give me
going to
the
be
orb.
heckling them as they walk by.
You will never see them. You will never get to see them, unfortunately. The way these things are set up and how it works, you won't be able to ever see them do anything.
It's like a
Hunter, are
block
you
inside
available
a
to
box.
talk? I might have to reroll. I think he might be busy.
Sorry, were you talking to me?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you eating too?
Yeah, I guess.
I'll let you eat. Give me a minute. I'll get somebody else. I was gonna say you're the first up for interrogation if you're ready for it.
Not in
Oh. That'd be fine too, I don't care.
Okay, let's do it. You are. I think you've seen some of the some of those prison shows, but like they put the shackles at your ankles, shackle up your legs together, they'll shackle your wrists together, then they'll get the collar around the neck with the two sticks that'll like guide you. They're treating you guys like maximum security. Like they're not taking any chances.
Jeez, you think I'm not dangerous?
They don't say anything. They'll lead you to a small stone room where there is a table and 2 chairs. You are allowed to sit at one of the chairs. You want to sit with your back facing the door or your back facing the wall. You get that choice.
Oh, back towards the wall. I can see the door.
Alrighty. You sit there. One person comes in first, this like little green cobalt. She's wearing a clipboard, wearing nicer attire, like a little perky smile on her face. Hello. My name is Talia. I'm basically the overseer of what'll be this conversation with the interrogator and the investigator. Do you need anything? Water, drink, anything in particular?
I could do with water, please.
Okay. Let me go grab that for you real quick. She'll walk off, like a minute will go by. She'll come back with a cup of water and a black dragonborn. He's a bit older. You'd have to say he's probably 60s in age. He's definitely got that age to him. You can see some of his scaled skin is drooping. He comes lumbering in, takes a chair, takes a seat, just kind of leans back into the chair. You see him looking over a clipboard worth of stuff. Alrighty. Your name's Crow, right?
That would be right.
Okay. Let's get the obvious questions out of the way first. What were you doing on that ship exactly?
To be honest, I honestly don't know. And then shit went south, and then one guy left, tried to leave us something, and then other people showed up, and yeah, everything just went south.
Okay. Who was this first one guy I tried to leave with something?
I don't know who it was, but supposedly he knew who I was, but it's complicated.
Okay. Could you give me a description of this gentleman real quick?
I'm pretty sure he was in like a white suit. I want to say.
Okay.
That's pretty much all I got, because I
Any big descriptors? Like specific type of facial hair, tattoos, symbols.
no, but I think he was trying to float away or something like that.
On a ship or what?
No, like on just on this little cylinder thing.
Okay, trying to float away on a little cylinder. Okay. Okay. And how about these other people that came? Who were they? What were they for? You said they were for something too?
They were, I want to say stealing stuff from the ship, but I don't know. We were told to go look at the ship, I think, and make sure nothing was going bad, but everything was going bad.
Okay, well, we'll get to that in a second. First, let's focus on these other people real quick. Did you get a race for them at all? Human, tabaxi, anything like that?
I think they were I think they were tabaxi.
You're gonna roll insight on that real quick.
By the way, I mean, this is Crow. Like, he wouldn't have taken any details. He was just kind of there.
All right. Are you sure about that, son? Because, like, look, if you help me, I can help you. You get that? You work with me, I can get you out of here, no problem. But you got to work with me. You got to be honest with me. Are you sure they were tabaxi?
I couldn't tell you because I was just there, and then one thing turned into another, and then a fight thing happened, and then ship went boom.
Okay. You mentioned someone told you to go on this ship. Who told you to go on the ship?
You'll have to ask the person in charge. I don't know. I just do what I'm told.
Who's the person in charge?
I want to say, I think it's in Gellerim, but that's just who I think's in charge.
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. Who pays you? Sounds like you get paid for this. Who's paying you for it?
I don't get paid. I just do what I'm told and get stuff from the party people that are with me.
And who's all in your party? You don't mind me asking.
All the people that you brought that were on the ship with me that you guys arrested with me.
All right. And I take it the people that we arrested were a changeling, a human, a construct, some sort of lizard fire thing, and a cobalt, right?
That sounds about right.
You know anything about a null gentleman?
No, I don't know. At this point, Crow's like hands are on his head, like his mind is spinning. He's like, yeah.
It's okay, son. Calm down. It's okay. I think that's all the questions we got. Y'all mind taking him back to his cell? Get him some more food and water. I think he needs a drink.
Never seen incompetence done hostily before.
Well,
that's great, isn't it?
Remember, they want you to work with them. They're not like. Let's put it this way: they don't have a reason to be overly hostile with you yet, so they're trying to be kind. And I think he rolled really high on his insights to be able to tell Crow ain't worth shit in this endeavor. He's fucking broken.
That's about right.
So there's no point in him being like, fucking tell me what I need to know. So it's like, oh, this one's broken. Okay, I'm just gonna be nice to him and then send him on his merry way.
He's defective.
Let's get a specialist in for this Crow. All right, let's see who they want to bring in next.
We need a translator.
Can we get a translator in real quick?
I don't know what this guy's talking about.
Let him go with a juice box and a blanket and send him on his way.
Dude, just give him a cookie and a juice box. Like, okay, so now go back to the playground and wait for mom and dad.
You get a choice.
Everything will
apple
be all right.
or orange.
Okay. Okay, let's see who's next. Let's see who's next. Dazzle Booper.
Oh,
Perfect.
Even
So
worse.
You are brought in. They're like, they just stare at you for a minute like, shit, we can't put the ankle cuffs. You hear one of them say, go get one of the heavy blankets. And they'll throw like a heavy blanket on you and then like wrap it the best they can. Put the collar around your neck and lead you towards this the interrogation room. Which, question again, do you want by the door or by the wall?
I want by the wall.
Okay. Same thing. There's that little green cobalt. You know, she's peppy and cheery. He's like, oh, hello, how are you? Would you like anything? Water, tea, something to eat, maybe?
Dazzle Booper, with this uncharacteristically stoic expression, just glares toward her and just says, "You have a, I'll go with the tea. Bengals. I believe the tea I'm most. You have anything with cinnamon?"
I think we might. Let me go check.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Give me a quick minute, guys. My internet just went down completely, and that meant my notes just disappeared. So give me a minute to go reset my router.
He's gonna throw it in their face and aerosolize it, and then he's gonna set it on fire.
I mean, you don't know what Dazzle's been through.
Super cool white guy Dazzle Booper.
Are we about to get a Dazzle Booper as nobody? Who are you? I'm nobody.
Oh, I've got my own brand of fucking with these people that I can't wait to. Oh man, this is gonna be good.
Peaceful disobedience to a new level.
Like Ron Swanson once said, the only witness I intend to be is a hostile one.
Yeah, they want me in that room. They're gonna have to pick me up and take me to it.
Okay, don't make me regret all this. Alrighty,
how
you guys
willingly
ready?
though? I'm over here willingly ready to go.
You'll get brought in eventually.
Probably last at
Dazzle.
this point.
Yeah.
I'm rolling it. I have a list. I'm just rolling down the list. All right, Dazzle. First, your tea is brought. Then the investigator is brought in. What are you doing with the tea? So I can prep for this.
So Dazzle Booper takes a slow sip. Good to finally meet you. Please have a seat.
You see a look on his face like, right. You see him have like a coffee mug in one hand. It says like, it says world's second best investigator. It's got like second crossed out with like pencil or whatever. He kind of like he just kind of takes a seat.
Tell me, investigator, how have you been this past week? I'm not sure.
You see him just stare at you for a second. You're Dazzle Booperton, correct? You see him looking over a clipboard.
That is correct.
Okay. Mr. Booperton, let's get the easy questions out of the way, I guess. Why were you on that ship?
Some people claim that divine intervention comes in its own mysterious ways. I and as someone who led a revolution once, I can definitely say that I guess it was sort of a call to action in its own life, giving me its own sort of call back to action in its own messed up way.
A revolution, I see. Hmm. So you take yourself as a revolutionist. Very well. I would explain why that job was done. Mind me asking, why? Why that ship in particular?
Well, I genuinely am not sure. I mean, I was asked to help a friend uh, who was helping a friend, and from what I... Now, before I continue, are the people I saved safe?
Well, we'll get back to that in a minute. You said you were helping a friend of a friend. Who is this friend, and who is this friend's friend, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, that friend was Hoax, and Hoax was doing it for a family member of theirs.
Hoax. One Hoax Maddox Bradshaw, right? The changeling gentleman.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, okay. And this friend was a family member. Okay. Well then, mind me asking. I got a feeling. I know what part of your answer is going to be this. But what did you find on that ship besides those people that you claim that you saved? You know, what else did you find?
Utter scum and villainy.
Utter scum and villainy. Did these utter scum and villainy have any names, descriptions, outliners?
Well, most, from what I recall, there were probably a dozen or so gnolls.
Knowles, okay.
A few goblins that had changed to weird wolf creatures. And I believe there was one guy that we
A guy, you said.
a halfling, yes.
A halfling. Did you find the halfling on the deck of the ship? Where'd you find the halfling?
In the lower deck.
It
was one of the slavers.
Was this halfling looking for anything?
No, we found them bleeding out initially.
Okay. You find anybody else on the ship? Anyone at all? Maybe somebody else besides the gnolls looking for something, you know?
Yeah. Weirdo who showed some weirdo. They were weirdly aloof.
A weirdo, you say? You know the name of this weirdo?
Nope.
No? Alright. Any descripting features, you know, facial hair, symbols, tattoos, odd limbs, anything like that?
Blonde.
Blonde?
White coat with like a weird twisty ladder symbol. There.
White coat, weird twisty ladder symbol. Blonde. Alright. Now, I gotta ask. You said the halfling was bleeding out. Who was the reason he was bleeding out, did this human cause him to start bleeding out? Did the gnolls?
Big chicken monster.
Big chicken monster. All right. Did your group run into this chicken monster with it being on such a confined ship?
Yeah.
Did
Crow
you
tamed it.
kill it?
No.
You what?
Crow surprisingly managed to tame it pretty easily.
Crow tamed it. Okay. 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 There for a friend of a friend. What were you looking for on that ship?
Stuff.
Can I ask what stuff?
Don't know. I know that one of the things of the stuff. One of the stuff in question was really messed with my senses.
Okay. And you said you don't know what stuff you're looking for. Is it safe for me to
ask?
Is it safe for me to assume that I could ask Hoax, and he would probably know?
I'm sure he would.
Okay.
So then again, he'd probably be harder to crack. Then again, I'm being probably the most forthright person you've probably asked today, haven't I?
Yes, you've been very helpful, Mr. Dazzlebooper. I just want you to understand, we're not here to hurt you. We're not here to be your enemies. You help us, we help you. That's how this is gonna work. I believe you're innocent. I just need proof that you're innocent. You know, you need to help me get proof. That's how this works. And from what you've given me some good proof. So, see, I'm gonna read over the clipboard a little bit more. Was there anything out of the order? Anything strange, in your opinion, on that ship?
Well, there was not entirely. Now that I about it hard enough. I think the weirdest thing on that ship was the weirdo in the white coat.
The white coat. Would you say this white coat was like a chef's coat, a lab coat, just an everyday wear kind of coat? What would you say?
I guess. I'm not very familiar with coats.
That's fair.
So, as I said, it had a insignia of a weird, twisty ladder.
Weird twisty ladder. Well, Mr. Dazzlebooper, I do thank you for your time. You've been very helpful. If you do need anything, let my assistant here know, but you will be escorted back to your cell now. Do take care, Mr. Booper, and he'll get up, push his chair, and then leave. A couple seconds will go by, and the guards will come to get you.
Yeah, like as he is waiting for the guards, Dazzle Booper takes like a long drag of the tea. Not quite the spat that I'm used to, but it'll do.
All right, Hannibal. Alrighty, let's see who's up next. Engelrum.
Okay.
You are the next one to be brought up. You don't know how. You were chained at the ankles, chained at the wrists. You got the collar thing, like the rest of them, and you're let in. You, on the hand, don't get the choice of door or wall. Your back is to the wall. You're in the simple room, 2 chairs and a desk. You don't get the option of the little secretary coming in asking you if you want something to drink. Instead, you're sat down in your chair with a guard on either side of you, as it's not a black dragonborn that comes in, but instead a red dragon in human form, wearing simple attire, short buzzed red hair, and their draconic eyes showing through the human form. You know this individual. This was one of the this is one of, like, for lack of better terms, one of the head military guards. Like, think the military police. This is, like, would be one of the higher ups for them specifically. You see him come in, kind of like shuffle some papers and sit downs across from you. Gelrum.
Now, I assume you have some questions.
You'd assume right. Do me the honors of at least answering these truthfully, so we don't waste anyone's time.
Well, before we get too far, tell me how much you know.
I'll ask you the questions and you will tell me the answer informally. Understand?
So, basically, you know enough, and you're just wanting to make sure all our stories line up.
I'm simply here to get information, Mr. Engelrum. Whether you're willing to give it or not, it's up to you.
I'm more than willing, but I got some questions to ask you.
You
If
know
you
that's
don't
not how
mind
this
after
works.
this.
You and I
Well,
both know that's not how this works.
This whole thing happened kind of because of the lack of security around this place.
Yes, lack of security when you were on the merchant vessel for another country.
A
Did you know that?
merchant vessel with
Did you know
stolen
that? That was a
goods
merchant
and slaves, my friend. Slaves.
Stolen goods. Well, I can't argue with you on the slave aspect, although we don't know if that was slaves or if that was hostages. We have no way of proving that. After all, the ship's now at the bottom of the harbor.
Yeah.
But
Did you even check is the main question.
we've checked.
Hmm.
We've checked for as long as you've been here.
Oh. And does checking count as a few coins in your pocket?
Mr. Engelrum, please not bring up your past failures in this. There's no need to be angry. We simply want to
My
get to the
past
bottom of this
failures.
investigations.
You don't even know whether they were failures or successes.
That's not for me to decide, sir. I simply go by what I was told.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on to the
As does
questions.
everyone.
Why were you on the vessel?
We were there to reacquire some goods for one of my compatriots' aunts.
And would this compatriot in question be one Hoaxmatics Bradshaw?
I do believe.
Okay. And can I ask what items in particular you were there to acquire?
There was a few items. Let's see. There was a casket. I believe there was some. There's like. I don't know the actual items. I know that there was a casket and a few belongings, like armor and maybe a weapon of sorts.
You seem kind of go over the list. Let's see. A cask. Let's see. A sarcophagus.
Yes,
A sword.
I believe so.
Multiple barrels of purified salt. Multiple barrels of purified iron. 1 barrel of Paladin's Bane. Correct?
That might be correct. Like I said, I don't know the exact list that.
Now, Mr. Engellum, you've stated that these items were stolen goods, correct? And you were taking them back?
Yes.
See, that's interesting because on the logs here we have the logs that was sent for us, that these were on the ship when it was docked at the last port before arriving here. So by all means, these were supposed to be on the manifold and were supposed to be delivered.
Just like
So
them slaves were probably written on there, and you're just assuming that they may have been prisoners of war.
it's not. I didn't say that, Mr. Geller. Please stay on topic. So, brushing that aside for now, we'll get back to the aspect of. Well, it looks like you've become nothing more than a pirate, but that's besides the point.
Oh, and
Um,
so you're gonna tell everybody that now I'm a pirate.
I'm simply stating the facts and the evidence, sir. No need
The
to get
facts.
hostile. If you can
I'm
prove
not.
that if you can prove that you're innocent, then there's no need to accuse you of anything.
You've
We
already
do have
done
reports.
accused me of enough, and
Mr. Gellin, please calm down. I have accused you of nothing.
you just did.
I've
Facts that you
simply
do
stated
not
facts. That's besides the point, Mr. Gellin. We have testimony from from the other allies and such that there were two other groups on this vessel besides yours.
Yes.
A human and a group of gnolls.
A group of gnolls that, in a way, shapeshifted themselves or went under an illusion to portray themselves as anything other than a gnoll.
Okay. And did you kill any of these gnolls, sir?
We did not.
Really? You'll see him put down this seems to be like a sketch. This looks like kind of like someone used minor illusion to sketch this and then copy the minor illusion, but it shows like a sketch drawing of a part of the harbor where it seems to be a dead gnoll body with multiple gunshots and stab wounds. Well, we have evidence that there is a dead gnoll not too far from the ship with bullet wounds and
Can I
stab
inspect
wounds. You can make a perception check from where you're sitting.
Oh, I don't know. Dick, that was a 2.
It was shot. He stated it was shot and stabbed, and it looks like it was shot and stabbed. So, take it back. So, you state you didn't. Okay.
And it would seem in this whole situation, you already believe I did.
I believe simply what the facts and evidence are telling me. So nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, just like a nice little detective you are, aren't you?
My job is not to be a detective. My job is simply to ask you questions. The detectives
Well, you're
have been doing
doing a
their job.
mighty fine at detecting.
So the sarcasm is unneeded. Well,
Maybe I
Mr.
need it,
Geller,
but you're gonna get it regardless.
well, Mr. Geller, if you didn't do it, then please give me a piece of evidence here that would prove you innocent. Why? What wouldn't prove you innocent here? Do you have anything at all?
The fact that we were on the boat and that was not on the boat. We entered that boat, spoke with those gnolls, and then went our separate ways. At no point did we leave that boat because we were, like I told you before, on a mission to secure some goods or resecure some goods. And so we went deeper into the ship, and then when we came back out, we were adrift in the middle of the harbor. So you tell me how I can go from the middle of the harbor to the dock and shoot a gnoll multiple times and then stab a gnoll multiple times.
I don't know. I simply followed the evidence I was given. You could have simply killed them before you entered the boat. How should I know? But besides that,
For all
Mr.
you
Goran,
know, he could have killed himself.
Sir, I'm asking the question too.
Mm-hmm.
You said you were on a job given to you from Hoax Maddox Bradshaw's aunt. You mind me asking who his aunt is? Do you know this information?
Did I ever get her name?
Hoax, did you ever tell him your aunt's name?
No, I think the only thing he's ever heard me call her is Auntie Dari.
Yeah.
About the only form of a name that I have received is Auntie Dari. If you know that name, Mr. Detective.
Do you know the race of this Auntie Dari?
I don't know if he ever told me that either.
Did you? I don't think you did you?
I don't know. the only person that would have been Vincent, but I don't think he did either.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. One more thing. I was also told there was a human there with blonde hair, a white coat with some sort of like twisty ladder symbol on its back. Have you anything about them that you can tell me? Name, accomplice, something like that?
Did he ever give us his name when we first met him?
Nope.
Because he didn't on the boat.
No, he did not. He's never given you a name. He just calls you friend. Calls you all friends, to be fair, but...
About the only thing I know about him is, he continues to talk about a lab and wanting to take all my compatriots and I to this lab, and kind of seems like a twisted feller.
Okay. Well, I do thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Engelram. Do enjoy the song.
And I do hope that you've learned from this and maybe proceed to not take a bribe and do your job.
Yes. Well, as soon as you start being a decent member of society and not just blatantly attacking innocents and civilians, then you can actually judge me. Have
You
a great
keep
day,
listening
Mr.
to
Engelram.
them. You continue to listen to them. I'll turn to the wall behind me and just stare at it.
About a minute goes by before the guards come back in, and if you don't fight them, they'll put the stuff on you. If you fight them, well, they'll put it on roughly.
I mean, I'm not gonna fight them, but
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'll probably talk to them. Well,
They-
I'd be belittling them.
Yeah. You get the sense like they're just not listening to you. They've dealt with this 100 times before. It's kind of like a, yeah, say what you want. We don't give a shit kind of attitude.
Yeah, but they know who I am.
Yeah, and they're not going to listen to you.
I know.
All right. Oh, this is going to be fun. Hey, Deimos.
Yes.
You're the next one up. If you do not resist, they're going to put the shackles on your arms, your ankles, around your neck, around your waist, because of how big you are, and they're going to lead you towards this office.
And how are they going to do that?
Well, they're going to tell you to walk.
Okay.
Do you?
I will not.
Do you,
I will not fight. I will get up, and I will walk.
alrighty. You want?
By the way,
door?
the clothes they gave me, not wearing them.
Yeah, they couldn't really give you any clothes because it's like you can't really be improper exposure. So, do you want by the door or by the wall, buddy?
I will stand dead center in the room if it's possible to do so.
No, there's the table in the middle with a chair on either side.
All right, I'll stand by the wall, but I will not sit down.
Okay. So the first one to come in is the little, again, the little green cobalt secretary looking lady. Like, oh, sir, could you please take a seat, sir?
That's a good way to break your furniture.
These are reinforced to take the full weights of draconic creatures, sir. It can withstand your weight, I promise.
Are you calling me fat?
No.
Do you sit, good sir?
He will sit, but he will sit gingerly as if he does not truly think that this, chair is going to hold him.
It holds you. There's a little bit of creaking, but it holds you. Thank you, sir. Do you need anything, food or water? Anything at all?
Just gonna stare at her.
She's giving you that look of like, look, man, I'm just the intern trying to do my job. I don't want to be your enemy. I'm just trying to do my job. She's giving you that look.
His eyes will go from his usual blue to a little bit yellow, as if he's trying to figure out the best way at which to address this awkward little kobold.
Yeah.
No, I do not require water or food or the oil that your guards have been trying to give me.
Okay. Okay. If you could just sit here patiently for a minute, the detective will be with you in just a minute. And like a good minute and a half goes by before that
I need
older.
I need a little bit further clarification from you on how I am shackled.
You are not
Are
shackled.
my
So here's the thing.
I'm not
You're
shackled in
once
here?
you're in the room, you're no longer shackled. They take off the ankles
Okay.
and the wrists. They are confident enough in their ability that you can be in that room without being shackled. They either A, believe enough in their detective to be able to fight you, or B, and this one's probably more the case, you probably think they've got ways of neutralizing you in that room. You don't know.
What's this table made out of?
Mahogany. Thick mahogany.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, like a good minute comes by, you see come lumbering in the older draconic black dragonborn gentleman. You know, he'll take his seat, looking at you, just looking over his clipboard.
Deimos
Deimos.
will have placed his elbows on the table. He'll have his hands up, fingers interlocked, as if praying.
He'll look at you for a couple minutes. You're Deimos, correct?
That is what I was named.
Fair enough. Well, Deimos, let's get a couple of the easy questions out of the way real quick. Why were you on that ship?
Deimos will think about it for a second. My presence was requested. Secondarily, I was there trying to find the person who desecrated my mother's remains.
Okay, so was that person there?
Yes.
Was this person a human or a gnoll?
Human.
They were a blonde-haired individual.
Yes.
Did you find that person there then? I guess.
Yes.
And what did you do to this person, Mr. Deimos?
I stabbed him through the throat.
So you killed him.
No.
You just told me you stabbed a human through the throat. I'm no expert in biology, but I'm pretty sure you stab a human in the throat, they usually die.
Humans do not usually turn into a cloud of fog and then body disappear when fog disperses. I do not think I killed him. Although I did very much try.
So you attempted to kill him. Okay.
Yes.
Anybody else on the boat you attempt to kill?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
None of the people you got down in the lower rooms. This halfling gentleman. Y'all didn't.
No.
None of you attempted to kill him.
I did not attempt to kill him.
You didn't, but somebody did.
Perhaps.
And mind me asking, who did? Yeah, who did attempt? Were they successful?
I'm unaware. My attention was focused on the rather large chicken monster.
Chicken monster. Yeah, that's the second time I've heard about this. Okay. Okay. Come on, still. You know, I asked you why you're on the ship, but what exactly were you doing on that ship? Were you looking for something in particular? Because I can't believe you went on that ship solely to find this this blonde-haired human. There's no way you could have known he was on that ship. So, what other reasons were you there? No, I'm asking.
My presence was requested.
And who requested your presence? Mr. Damos, who requested your presence?
I am not at liberty to say.
See, Mr. Damos, I'm going to ask you one more time, and I'm going to please ask that you cooperate. Because we can make things very difficult, but I'd rather not. I'd rather you help me so I can help you. So, who requested?
Is this a Dragonborn?
This is a black dragonborn. This is an old black dragonborn, too. So.
Ooh. Okay. I have a private roll I need to make real quick.
He's being civil. I'll mention that. He hasn't made any racist jokes or nothing. Like he's just doing the thing of, look, let me help you, so please give me the answer I'm looking for.
Oh boy. Please repeat your question, because I did not succeed in that roll.
Who asked you for help? Who asked you to be on that ship? Who said you need to be on that ship?
I will answer that if you answer a question of mine.
That's not how this works, Mr. Damos. That's not how that works. I'm asked the questions, you're answering them.
That's how this is going to work if you want the answer.
No, it's not. You can either answer my question or you can sit. I can have you sent back to your cell, and that's that.
Deimos will
Please answer my
immediately
answer.
activate. Deimos will immediately activate Sentry's Rest. He is now immovable for 6 hours.
Pull that up for me, will you?
That's basically me going into standby mode. I'm awake, but I cannot move.
Yeah, what? Can you pull that up for me? Let me read it. Because I need to see that specifically says you're like an immovable object, or if they have to call in one of the big strong boys to come and lift you.
In this state, you appear inert, but it does not render you unconscious, and you can see as normal and hear as normal. You are in an inactive, motionless state rather than sleeping. I cannot move.
You cannot move, but you can be moved.
I can be moved, but I cannot move.
You see him kind of like
already
take a heavy.
established that he's hard to move.
You see him take a deep sigh for a second.
And I'm 400 pounds, so yeah, as
Damos?
Cheapy just said, I'm very hard to move.
Fair enough. And we'll cut back from that scene as the detective will leave the room. You'll hear some noise and you'll hear some complaining and hear somebody say, "Go get the big guys." We'll fade away from that. As I'm going to roll for who my next interviewee is. Oh my god! Wow. Okay, Lucian.
Come on, man.
I'm rolling
Every
the dice.
time.
I'm right. That's because it was like 1, 2, Lucian, 3, 4, Hoax, and it's like 1. I was like, "Are you shitting me?"
Well, that's the thing. Like, the more people they go through, the closer to last that mayor's gonna be, the more egg that will be on their face.
And the big thing is, like, everyone's saying it was mayor's doing. It's like, all right, let's get as much information we can before we go to this so-called ringleader.
I'm
Anyways,
curious to know if they can actually get me out of the way.
you don't know. You don't know. We're not going to focus on that. Lucian.
He's still in that same position he's always been when he's not eating.
You hear a knock at the cells. You see the guards there. They got the shackles. They got the leading rods. Do you resist?
No, but he's not gonna move. They're gonna have to physically pull him off his perch and get him in
So-
and put
So
him
you're
in.
basically resisting. That
He's
is
not
resisting.
He's just he's not gonna do anything, but he's also not gonna resist. You can move
Non-compliant.
him, but he's just not
Non-compliance is
moving.
resistance. Like, I hate to be that guy.
Basically, they're gonna have to pull him off his position, then pull him into the things. Then he's gonna go up and follow him. He's like, okay, I've had my fun.
18, 19, 25. All right, yeah. Though, like, and they're not being gentle with you either. They are not being gentle. Like,
Oh,
you're
yeah, but
lifted
he's
up, the
also-
things are shackled. You get the basically like the best way I can describe it. You guys know the sticks with the loop on it they use for animals and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's basically one of those that they can tighten. They got it real tight around your neck, and they're having you go forward, and if you don't walk, they'll drag you.
Oh no, he's willing going on like, gentlemen, come on, can't you take a joke? I was just having a little bit of fun. Okay.
You're led to the interrogation room, where you see there's a sizable, like, it looks like something heavy was dragged on the floor leading out of this room. Yeah,
Drag
definitely.
marks.
Yeah, something big and heavy. You're kind of just like shoved in the room. Do you want to sit by the door or sit by the wall?
Sit by the wall. His last comment before he shoved in the door is, "What a fat ass was dragged out of here."
A minute goes by before that little cobalt will come in. Hello. Do you need anything? Maybe some to drink or eat? Water, tea?
Got anything stronger? I feel like my tongue's a little stiff right now.
Unfortunately, no. You can't have any alcohol.
Oh, in that case, I'll have a coffee.
Yeah, we can get you a coffee. She'll come back with a coffee, and also coming in is the Black Dragonborn. He as well has a cup of coffee. And so you can just sit down.
Crosses one leg over the other. Cocks one hand behind the head. Cradles coffee in lap. Gentlemen.
The little kobold will leave. Your name is Lucian, correct?
Lucian Thorn, yes. Pleasure.
Okay, Mr. Thorn. Let's get the easy questions out of the way. Why were you on that ship?
Contract. I was hired on by the caravaner Zagler the Haggler? Knoll merchant.
You see him write that down? Zagler the Haggler. Okay.
Recent hire on. Apparently,
And was he the one?
party lost someone, so had to fill in.
Mercenary work. Fair enough. And how long have you been working for Mr. Zagler the Haggler?
Actually, just started, so first job really.
And how do you think your job fared? I guess I should say.
Overall, first impression of the crew, gotta say, pretty mad collection. I actually kind of like these people. Also,
Good deal.
side note, where's my pixie companion, Deborah?
She's being kept in her own cell.
Okay, she's not giving you guys a hard time, is she? If so, I apologize for her. Sometimes she gets a little cranky when she's not around me.
Tell that to the jailers, not me, not my area. My area is simply get information from you and investigate this case some more. Now,
Nice face. Sip.
you say the person who gave you this job was one Zagler the Haggler, correct?
No, technically, the person who I was asked for the job was an individual on the group who is seemingly the second to Zagler? Individual
That
by
would
the
be
name of...
one Hoax Maddox Bradshaw.
Yeah, changeling fella.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, kind of the changeling to me. Did not realize my nose is that long. As he sort of like palms his nose a little, like son of a.
Yeah, most people don't. It's right between your eyes. It's hard to see. Now, according to some of the other friends and stuff, you were on that ship. You were looking for something in particular, correct?
A small manifest of cargo from the ship we were supposed to nick, and anything extra we got, we were to keep for ourselves. Knocks one boot on the table. Unfortunately, I wound up pulling the short end of the stick. I think these
Yes,
are
it is.
cursed.
Yeah, looks like you got cursed with some boots. Um,
Could be worse. I actually like the style. As he sort of like does it, as he leans up a leg provocatively. I think they accentuate my legs a little bit.
quiet, Mr. Thorne. Mind me asking something? Why
Yes?
did you come on the vessel to steal the cargo?
From what I understand from chatter between the crew, I'd say it's about favor for family.
Well, you do know theft of a ship in this category would be categorized as piracy. You're aware of that, correct?
But is it piracy? Was it when it's commissioned by the uh what was it? I think it was Hoax mentioned it in passing. Like just he's like tapping the side of his head. Dari something swamp.
Dari Swamp.
Supposedly some big shot, like royal big shot, swamplands.
Hold on, I gotta
Supposedly
pull the
merchant.
name.
Crap.
Pull the actual name real quick.
You want me to read it for you? I have it on standby.
I got it up right now. Darai Diwer Hunga Zalfishik, the Queen of the Lost Lands.
Queen of the Lost Lands, that's what he called her.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
apparently she asked for it. Sort of a, from what I understand from him phrasing it, not exactly something you're supposed to blab about to any ordinary schmo, if you know what I mean. Sip. That's just kind of good.
Really? Well, Mr. Thorne, I have no other questions for you today. Do enjoy your time in the cell. Hopefully, you'll be out of here real soon.
Pleasure. Now,
Wow.
He wasn't an ass.
He's gonna leave. I mean, this guy isn't an asshole. He's just trying to do his job. Some of you worked with him, some of you didn't. One of you went catatonic. I mean, hell, sheep got the tea. They're not monsters. They're just trying to do their job. Lucian, you were led back to your cell, and some time will pass before.
You get to keep his coffee.
Yeah, you get to finish it. You get to finish your coffee.
Just as he finishes it, he just like, is it like one of those like cheap disposable cups?
Yeah.
Do I have any
Dazzle.
like anti-magic cuffs on, so I can just
Yes.
like snap it out of existence?
You wouldn't be able to take the cup out of the interview room, dude. You'd have to finish it there, and then you'd be led back. Remember, sheep,
Okay.
you don't get to see them moving anybody at all. The way your
No.
cells are show up, you never get to see anybody leave.
Never
Oh.
mind, scratch
They're
that.
like boxes. They're like
Yeah,
boxes
it's
inside of other
It's
boxes.
solitary
If I
confinement,
Yeah.
understood you
Well,
correctly.
It's specifically, and remember, even if you shout, scream, yell at the top of your lungs, they're designed so no noise will come out except for a little bit in front of your cell. It's specifically
Alright.
designed to be sense deprivating and a lot of other stuff because it's designed to be a really fucked up jail.
Wait,
This is a hell jail. This is
Eh.
for those.
are
Alright,
you
I know
pulling
it's
your
been
manifest?
Okay.
Dazzle has
Hey.
genuinely been put through worse.
I have the perfect comparison for this.
So isn't Gellum.
Think an Ever Jail from Elden Ring.
Worse. But anyways, last but maybe least. I'm not sure yet. It depends on how he behaves. Hoax.
Does the cell door open, I assume?
The cell door opens. There's at least 10 guards there
but-
with the shackles and stuff ready for you.
Before
Do
they
you
can
fight
even
them?
before they can even do anything, he goes, calm down, I've been through this many times. I know what's going on. So he gets down on his knees and puts his hands behind his back.
Yeah, they'll shackle you. They'll put the stuff on and start leading you out.
Ups a daisy.
You are led to the room. Do you want to take the door, the chair by the door or by the wall?
This is super meta, but just to be an asshole, I'll take the one by the door.
Finally!
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, but they didn't
Well,
give you a
you
choice.
You didn't get the
No.
choice. The door opens up. You see the kobold come in. Oh no, sorry, sir. You have to go sit on the other side. I'm really sorry.
Oh, they said I could do whatever I want. Fine, no worries. I'll get up and go and move. Actually, I'm going to do the most annoying thing. I'll pick up the chair, move it to the other side, and then pick the vacant chair and put it where that one was.
Do you need anything to drink? Maybe water, tea,
I want an apple.
something stronger?
I want an apple juice and a cigarette. And when this is all over, I want a new cell, one that faces the beach.
I can do the apple juice and the cigarette, but I can't give you a new cell right now, Mr. Bradshaw. Are you the same Are you the same Mr. Bradshaw from the Bronzeport that took in those orcs?
Yep, that was me.
She'll like hold her hand out to shake yours, and if you'll shake it, she'll do the 2 handshake. It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, thank you. It was my pleasure, really.
The complete opposite story of Ingelram.
Oh, just
I mean,
wait.
he's a local legend.
Might as
You're
well
a
be a
local
folk
legend.
hero compared
Gotta
to
love the folk
Ingelram.
hero.
Just
Yeah.
wait to see how polar
Don't
opposite
say
this
hero!
gets. He said it out of character, you dillhole.
I said
I
it
know.
out of character.
I know, but I'm just like, person, you know.
Background.
But
Yeah.
seriously, he might as well be compared to Ingelram. Like, oh my goodness. Gil gets treated like trash everywhere he goes.
Yeah, Hoax. You're brought not like one cigarette, but like a little bowl of them.
Oh, this is just perfect. Maybe I should stay here a while. He'll like run
As
up.
the detective will come in, and you'll see him like he'll sit down, take one of the cigarettes, and light it up himself, and start smoking too.
I'll stand up and shake his hand like, oh, finally, it is a pleasure.
Go shake it. You're Hoaxmatics Bradshaw, right?
Small addendum, King Hoaxmatics Bradshaw. Currently, I am the undisputed king of the Changeling, as it says on the pistol you kindly took from me. And title pending, but the Great Emancipator.
I hate to say this, sir, but okay, well, never mind. It's not my place to judge. You're adding king to your title. All right, so King. Blah, 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 blah. He's like, so your name is King. Your first name is King now, not Hoax.
Oh no, it's King Hoaxmatics Bradshaw, the undisputed king of the Changeling, the Great Emancipator, title pending.
Okay. Well, Mr. Bradshaw, I have a litany of questions for you between your allies and what everyone has said.
Oh no,
First things first.
Which idiots did you interview?
Sir, I have to ask a serious question.
Of course.
Were you aware this was a merchant vessel?
No, I was told that this here ship had decided it was gonna go out of its way to go and steal my Didara's property.
Yes, your Aunt Dari. Your Aunt Dari wouldn't happen to be the ancient black dragon, Dari, would it?
Right on the nose, mister.
Well, are you aware that Auntie Dari is currently in a turf war, or I should say a merchant war, for lack of a better term, with some of the coastal nations just to the east, specifically Coastal Fire?
Listen, I'm gonna say this in the nicest way I possibly can. It is hardly my business, the affairs of the people who have hired me. I'm just to do a job. And the stupid guild is supposed to be the one handling my legal problems, but those bastards have failed time and time again.
Well, sir, I hate to be bearer of bad news, but said job you took was not, from looks of it, was not an official guild job.
Yeah.
Seems like you just took a personal job.
Well,
So right there, the guild cannot cover you for any legal reasons.
I don't know. I'm just saying they have not been helpful recently, but that's neither here nor there, sir. I'm sure you have other questions.
Yes, I have documentation of the manifold here. Are you aware that all items that has been mentioned by multiple members of your group now were all supposed to be on the manifold and on that ship?
Well, I hate to answer a question with an anecdote, but if I wrote all of the items that you have in your house as my items, that don't make them mine.
Well, sir, the argument here is these items were written on two different ports before even touching before touching the capital here's ports. It was listed both in the Huntsman capital port and the Bronze Scale port before ever touching the waters of the capital.
I understand, but I must reiterate, if I wrote down all of your items from your house in my ledger before you sat down for dinner, does that not still make it your items?
Sir, I'm not arguing with that. I'm clearly just saying, I'll put it this way, sir. You claim that these items were stolen and that you were just taking them back?
Yep, that's what I heard.
Specifically, you see him going over. Two of your members specifically said that from the evidence we've gathered, these items were not stolen, but the rightful property of the Coastal Fire, White Fire Merchant and Sea Department. You have, by all means, stolen from them and destroyed one of the White Fire merchandising and ships.
Did they have them slaves on that there manifold?
You see him kind of take a look at it for a second? Yes, they did actually. As Coastal Fire has now become a gladiatorial nation and allowing slavery. What? Although we do not agree with it, we can't exactly kill them for it.
But they're on draconian soil.
Technically, they were in the harbor, which is a whole different rule and jurisdiction.
Oh, that was only because them dastardly gnolls pushed us out into that harbor. Otherwise, they were right docked onto our soil. That's still a gallowsable offense.
Can't argue with that, but again, that is not what we're questioning here. Right now, we're questioning the fact that you came upon the ship of another person, owned by another group, claiming that the cargo was stolen, which evidence shows here it's not. You stole said evidence and then blew up the ship,
which was part of the request and was completely inevitable, actually, because those bastards put one of them slimes that explode.
You see him kind of like reading and then writing some down. Very well. So you do know the crime for piracy, correct?
Yeah, that's another hangable one.
Yeah, that's hangable, time, or sent to the mines. So I guess the big thing is, how do I want to put this, Mr. Hoax? I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get you either no jail time or as little as possible. So, is there something you have for me that would help you?
You ask questions, and I'll answer every one of them, because it is very hard for me to just narrow down what you want to hear.
Very well, Mr.
I mean, that damned hook horde decided to eat the crew members. Those gnolls screwed us.
Hook horde, I was informed it was a chicken monster.
Look, man, I don't get this whole magic thing. It's just the way she goes.
Fair. Can't argue with that. Gnolls. Could you tell me about these gnolls? How many were there? I was also told they had some sort of goblin wolf creatures.
There was 3 of them and 2 of the gnolls, I believe, if I remember correctly. And they
4 gnolls.
Huh?
There were 4 gnolls.
There was 4 gnolls. They was getting all whatever the hell about us being on that ship because they wanted their sarcophagus and the sword. And I told them, hey, those belong to my Auntie Doris, so if you go and talk to her about it, I'm sure something can be worked out.
Okay. Did these gnolls have any, did you guess the name of these gnolls? Did they have any symbols, iconography, tattoos, anything on them that would stand out?
I believe the leader was... They had one guy named the Interrogator, and the other one was named Fuck Off, which is what he told me, not what I'm telling you.
Okay.
I don't...
No symbols or anything that you remember seeing?
Not on them gnolls.
You want to make a history check?
I suppose, because you did not describe any.
Yeah.
I think there
nobody
was
rolled.
one.
Nobody rolled.
That was a 12.
Unfortunately, you're like, I think one of them had a net on their back, but
They got some nets and shit.
that unfortunately doesn't really narrow it down, because any no tribe using nets as a weapon or catching. Yeah. Okay, then how about, I was informed there's also a blonde-haired human
Yeah.
with a coat.
Yeah, he had that weird blattery symbol, and he kept getting Deimos to holler about his mom being thefted.
And Deimos killed this man, or attempted it to anyways?
Yeah, Deimos turned him into a fog.
Is this code euphemism or something, or Deimos turned him into an actual fog?
Yeah, he stabbed him in the neck. The man kind of made a choky noise and then turned into a red fog.
It wasn't a red fog, it was just a plain Jane normal fog.
That was the color you used for the circles that confused me.
No, when Deimos stabbed him in the neck, like, he made a drop dead, and then just comes spewing out of the mouth as normal fog.
Alright,
And Gelram remembers grabbing something solid, and then when the fog was gone, he still had the feeling of holding something, but he had nothing in his hands. So.
Well, that he never reiterated, but I will just change my answer to, yeah, he made a choking noise, hit the deck, and then started spitting fog.
Oh, I thought I was holding nothing.
No, you remember, because I told you when you're in the fog, you felt like you were holding something.
Well, yeah, but then after the fog dissipated, you said
You
I
never
wasn't
asked.
holding anything. Yeah, I did. Otherwise, I would have
like
stabbed whatever I was holding.
I said it looked like you were holding nothing. I didn't say nothing about feeling. Which, fair. That's on my part, but you never asked.
I definitely asked if I was still holding something.
And I said it looked like you were holding nothing. But that's besides the point.
Look and feel are totally different things. Okay.
Exactly. Okay, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Bradshaw. Was there anyone else on the boat, on the vessel that you ran into besides the slaves, the gnolls, and this human?
I'm sure the others told you about that halfling.
Indeed. And did you all kill that halfling? Did somebody on your crew kill this halfling?
Nah, Gelram's sword is apparently thirsty. I don't know if it's alive or not, but I don't know.
So Gelram killed this halfling.
Well, to be fair, he was a slaver, so we were just saving you the rope.
I don't know. I feel like the hangman would have loved to have hanged him. Give him something to do, make that paycheck.
I mean, according to you, I might be up on that gallows, so I mean, there's still daylight. You're a able-bodied man. They'll probably put you to work in the mines. All those licenses just to mean nothing. Damn.
Well, you have anything else I should know, Mr. Hoax?
Well, like Ancient Black Dragon, my auntie told me to go do this. We saved 14 slaves, which offsets a litany of piracy. And our intention clearly was not piracy.
No, one crime doesn't outweigh another crime and such. One good deed doesn't make up for a bad one. You know that.
What a world.
Yes, what a world. I do have a question for you. Did you fight any of these gnolls?
No. We
No.
we were offered to have help fight the gnolls by the man in the coat, but he
So
kept
they're not allies.
he
Okay.
kept requesting to ask questions. I said, sure, fuck it, ask your questions. I don't know who you are, but that really pissed off Engelram and Deimos.
Did he get to ask any questions before Deimos stabbed him in the throat?
Yeah, he asked Dazzleboop if, anything had changed since the weird experiment to turn the people into, fire elementals or some shit.
Did he ask any other questions or attempt to ask any other questions?
Kept calling us friend, kept saying that, kept referring to me as the Changeling, asked Engelram to come with him, asked us to come with him, asked us if we wanted his help, asked us if we wanted to go with him. A lot of secondary locations.
Did you get information about any of these so-called secondary locations?
We tried so damn hard, and he kept saying, no, you gotta come with me to find out. Should've just went
Okay.
with him, then the gnolls went to send us adrift and caused a fucking panic.
And you're certain it was the gnolls that sent you adrift?
Yeah, I mean, when you can't see the other guy no more, you kind of only have one option. So
Yeah, I didn't know maybe if you saw someone or saw something else. Yeah, I just see him writing it down. Just like, he's just trying to cover his bases.
if it wasn't the gnolls, it was the donkeys, and I don't think no donkeys is going that far.
Fair enough.
Since I've been so cordial, can I get that cell with the view of the beach before I get hung or sent off to a mine?
Unfortunately, we do not have a cell like that here, sir. We can get you a cup of coffee and a couple cigarettes for yourself if you'd like, though, since you've been so cordial.
I want to stay here as long as I can, answering all your questions so I can go home.
Unfortunately, I don't have any other questions for you right now. If you can post bail, we probably could get you home, but right now your bail's pretty high.
And the bail is
50,000 gold for each individual.
hell. You guys are just doing that so that I can't go nowhere. Fine, I'll stay.
I don't make the rules. The lawmaster does, that greedy fuck.
Oh, I ain't mad at you. It's just more so that I'm worried that my wife is gonna raise hell.
Women can't live with them, can't live without them.
She just discovered emotions 2 months ago, so you tell me.
Oh, you poor sod. Don't got any kids, do you?
I don't know.
How do you not know?
There was this time in a shack full of shadows, and, when you can't see, you can't aim.
I get that. On the strokes, I gotta send you back to your cell now. I'll let them know you can have the cigarettes.
Oh,
If any other information comes up that finds you innocent, you'll be the first ones to know.
awesome. If there's any way that I can get a pretty picture of the beach in my cell, that would make me happy.
I could, but I then have to ask you one more thing. I have to ask you a serious question.
Like I told you, I'll answer any question you want.
Are you connected to one James Maddox Bradshaw?
Yeah, that's my
Besides
father.
being his son?
Yeah, that's my dad.
Besides being his son, are you connected to any of his businesses, I should say?
Oh, hell no. I tried asking about that, and then I had an epiphany when I got all strung up by Scorpus' zeal, and then I just decided that I really ought to stop pestering him.
Alright, well, we'll get you a drawing of the beach, son, in your room.
Hot damn, I love this place.
Do take care, son.
Oh, I will. And Hoax is like, alright, like I said, I know the drill, and he's gonna go lay down on the floor again.
You don't. You can stand up, son. You don't need to have the manhandle you.
Oh, the people at the bounty hunting school said that if you get caught, you just lay down on the ground.
Alrighty. They'll lead you away. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Excellent. I have to go to the bathroom. This is sponsored by Marky Mancini. I told you this was going to be a very stark difference.
Oh, especially. And also, I would like to make a shout out to our first subscriber on the subscribe star.
Sugar
Candy
Cloud.
Cloud, thanks for subscribing. Or Sugar Cloud, not Candy Cloud.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry, Thunder. I know it's birds.
God damn it, Trucker! Quit killing me!
Oh, you're fine.
That was funny, Trucker. You're just like, fuck, I'm gonna do the ultimate goal and shut down mode initiate.
I was gonna, you want to know what I was gonna ask him if he was gonna be a dick about it?
What? What were you gonna ask him?
Why was the security so lax that human individual could even get where the body was to take it? Because I'm assuming that's in the palace, since that's where we were for that entire event.
No. The
No?
body was not in the palace.
Wow.
The body was specifically at a basically like would have been, a lack of better terms, kind of like a mortuary slash, not hospital, but place like they would dissect bodies and stuff for
Hall
like
of the Dead.
science and stuff.
You would
Nah.
still think security there would be, at least present.
I mean, there was a shitload of blood and there was a couple dead bodies. I don't know what you want.
Wow.
Also, that's not his area of expertise. He wouldn't have an answer. Hate to be that guy.
He seems to be an investigator of sorts, and I would have thought, hey, you're an investigator. Surely you investigated the bloodbath at the mortuary.
You don't know if that was his case or not. Maybe that might be somebody else's. It's not like he's the only investigator.
Well, my name's in there, and now dude knows that I'm very upset because, my mother's body was taken. So maybe he'll look into that.
Maybe. No, it's connected.
And
to
yeah, that's something I love about Warforged. I've used that in the past to actually take care of an enemy before. Bear hug an enemy, drag him over the side of a ship into the water, and then activate Sentry's Rest with him still grappled.
I feel like I already know 2 ways to counter that. I'm gonna have to make some decent checks to do it, but yeah.
Because as soon as a Warforged activates Sentry's Rest, they cannot move.
Yes.
So if I were to grapple somebody and then basically interlock my hands and get them in a bear hug like Ainz did to Clementine, and then I just Sentry's Rest, they drown before
True.
they can get loose.
Well, not always. If they have specific abilities, they can also get out.
Yeah, well, that DM let me get away with it.
I mean, if you're going against some just plain Jane like plain Jane pirate or thunder or something, they're dead. They're dead.
It was a guard.
Yeah. If you're going against a low level, less than a 3 CR kind of creature, they're insta. Now, if you're going against something that's heavily intelligent or got some good magical capabilities, I'm gonna make arguments hey, they have this spell. If they use it, they can make this check and try to get out. If you're going against a wizard with the grease spell, I'm gonna make the argument of, look, they're just gonna flood this whole thing with grease, and
if their hands are free, otherwise they're screwed.
grapple does not, unless he specifically says he's grappling the hands. And the way he put it, he's bear hug grappling.
Yeah, but you can get them around the arms. I'm not saying that's how I did that one, but admittedly,
we're having some fun with this. I loved how the dice were just no, you don't get hoaxed till the end. It's God damn it, just give me hoax.
Literally every time that we do something like that, I'm at the dead
It's
end.
First I start with the D6 because there's 6 of you. Another D6. The 6 will be a reroll. Somebody else. Then switch to the D4 because there's 4. I'm like, okay, yep. Hoax
Yeah.
is the last one. Let's go.
I actually had a similar issue with that, like that last night with a game that I ran because Pigeon volunteered to go last, but I kept rolling the number that he chose.
Yeah. You guys are gonna have fun with what's gonna
Admittedly,
happen
that
this session because I got some stupid but fun things to happen.
admittedly that same DM made us all laugh because that same Warforged was like we were in a dungeon, and basically I said I'll keep us all safe by sitting down in front of the only door into the room we were in that opened inward. And I activated Sentry's Rest, so basically I became a 400-pound door stopper. But apparently his dice were really good for the trio of kobolds that came into the room. They just pushed me out of the way, which I
Recently-
took
They had
offense at.
teamwork, man.
Recently,
You've
polished
made-
marble.
You've told this story before. And I've made the argument of, look, Nat 20, you can literally be like, the spirits of your ancestors giving you draconic strength for just this moment. Wham!
That's pretty much what happened. It was funny, but it was like 3 little kobolds with, negative mods to strength just manhandle this 400-pound dead weight. It was funny. There's a small part of me that hopes that they finally actually do get done with that, and they like reintroduce the Warforged subclass or sub races, because that's fun.
Anyways, Mark, how you feeling, buddy?
Like my character's probably gonna get dead here pretty soon.
Yeah, did you make your new character like I told you to do?
No?
Well, how about you can just take the rest of the day off and, get that new character set up and we'll have it in next Sunday.
Basically,
Do you try to find some
committed me to
artwork?
the shat- like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're
See-
doomed.
See, Mark, I'm your bro because I didn't rat you out.
I know. I got ratted out. Now I'm basically hung in Times Square,
I do whatever it's gonna take to get us out of here, and he just wanted honesty, and you guys are being such dickheads about it.
And with your honesty, is a dead man now.
You were hostile.
Yeah.
I also did.
I
think
was
that
interrogated by the
fair,
military. You're interrogated by a
I-
lowly investigator.
I also thought that
Wow!
I-
Make fun of it, Blackback, for why don't you?
I also
Damn, be made
was positive that they were going to see my side of it. Of I saved taxpayer money and a rope by, he saved you guys a lot of effort by just killing the guy. So whatever.
I object to my actions being called hostile because I answered questions. It's just that when I said, hey,
Same.
I will answer this question if you answer one of mine, he said no, so I said, all right, we're done.
I
And I just turned myself off.
Two things. One, this isn't exactly the American system where it's like fair game. This is
exactly.
look, they're trying to get information. You can either work with us or work against us. And if you're not working with, you're working against.
And in my situation,
I
I
gave them all
answered the
but one answer.
questions, but they don't care what they hear from me. They know
No,
who I am.
Yes, yours was prejudice. Like, if anyone's like, "Oh, Mark was being hostile," yeah, because there was no point in him not being hostile. They were
Yeah.
literally being prejudiced against him.
They know my story, air quotes. So they're just gonna assume this guy's a bad guy.
Yeah,
They know the story.
it was a
They know the
kangaroo
story they
interrogation.
were told. They know the story they were told, and it's like, if you even think against his thing, your higher ups can dock your pay.
Or
They
kill you.
can depromote you. They can banish you. They can turn you into a fucking toy. Like that's
Yeah.
That's the thing. This is a draconic army. Honor and payment mean more than anything. because it's your title and your horde. That's the biggest things for a lot of draconic creatures, so that's a lot of them. So far, you've only met 2 dragons who are like, hey, fuck the honor and gold thing. I don't give a shit. And they're the fucking outliers, and they're not rude to Gelrum.
By the way,
yeah.
this is just me being me, but y'all kept saying manifold,
Oh, who cares?
Manifest, I'm sorry.
and it bugged me. You mean
Well,
a
you know
gas?
what? Okay, fine. We're gonna redo this all, and I'll specifically say manifest, just not to make you angry, trucker.
I'll have you just
Alright,
send me
did
a
I-
recording of you saying manifest, and I'll dub over everything. It'll just be a very awkward manifest.
It's fine.
Manifest.
It's
Alright,
fine.
hey, it's 10 minutes. We need to get back to it.
Get back to the hanging. Let's go.
So we pick back. So hello, folks. We pick back up with Engelrum hanging from a rope.
Alright.
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm not that dark.
Well,
You guys are
We'll
unaware
get
of
there.
how much
We'll get there.
time goes by until each of you are grabbed by the guards. You're not like forcibly grabbed, like come with me, but like guards go to your cells and like, all right, come on, it's time to go.
oh, okay.
At this point, yes, even you, Deimos, you're no longer in your shut-off mode. It's been longer than that.
That's
In
fine.
that time, would I have been? Did I have the journal on me?
No, they took everything, remember? And you are led down to a big open room with cell door with like basically big wrought iron doors on either side. A little kiosk that's built into the wall with a like this probably grumpy looking old green dragonborn. All right, come here, get your stuff. You're being let out.
Oh, yes.
I don't know who y'all's attorney is, but goddamn was she on the lawmaster's ass.
Is
All right. So here's the states. You were getting only back specific items that they were able to prove you had when you went in. So above game, you guys are getting nothing you got from that ship, except those cursed boots that old, that Chaos guy got.
I didn't get anything from the ship anyway, so.
But-
Me neither.
But
Don't think so
your,
either.
but your, I guess attorney got some words or something. She was able to talk out 2 items from that ship and 1,000 gold. That's it. Don't ask for any more. We're keeping all the stuff. Got it?
Yes,
I'm a lady.
Wait a minute. Does that mean they had access to the portable hole too?
Yes.
Ways
Yes. Portable holes are not.
Same thing.
Yeah, that's the point. Oh, Mazowski. She just looks up at Dazzle Booper. Oh, Daz.
alright.
Yes. So,
I'm watching you, Dazzle Booper.
Always
watching.
always watching. All right. So they'll slowly start handing the stuff over, and you guys will get your stuff. Pro, it takes them a little bit longer, but they do get your orb.
Because they don't
Like-
want to.
Like everybody else everybody gets their stuff, and like 30 minutes go by before Crow finally gets his orb.
They didn't want to give it back.
See, they're trying to steal my orb again.
Look, we didn't steal your orb. We didn't
Is that
steal
the-
your orb. We just got it lost with the other ones.
Let
Uh-huh.
the man, just let
Sure.
the man ponder in his orb.
This is my orb. But there are many like it, but this one is mine.
All right, go through that door. Don't cause any more problems. And if I see you all here again, I'm gonna make sure the paperwork gets all this stuff lost. And get out.
Do the guards sit around me, like mainly walk me out, and everybody else is free to go?
No,
Okay, I just
No,
want to make sure because I don't
the
want
way
to.
this works is like think like a giant spacious room, a kiosk in the corner that's probably connected to evidence, 2 wrought iron doors, one on the east and one on the west.
Yeah.
There are 4 guards, one on either side of the east door and one on either side of the west door. The west doors are slowly being opened after you've been given all your stuff.
Folks,
And you see standing outside the west door a big smiley happy Zagler and a distraught, annoyed, tired, and possibly pissed off AP, as she's wearing like a very nice business, like female business suit attire, business pants, the shirt, everything. Got her hair done up in a bun. Looks like she's got a little bag or briefcase and holding some papers in her other hand, and she just looks tired and probably pissed off.
Folks looks sad.
Hey, Zagler.
Dazzle, good to see you. Hoax, why are you so glum? You're free, man.
I know, but it was actually really nice in there. It was like, you know, they fed
Oh,
you.
what? You see AP just like throw arms. Then go back in there. Go commit another crime for all I can.
And Gellum stomps into the, I assume, carriage.
No, the carriage is not there. It's just them two.
Oh, don't think I don't appreciate it. Were you able to get the map?
Yes, I got the map. That one was hard to get. Zagler insisted on getting the map because he had a feeling you would love it. I don't know what you guys all did, and I don't know why that lawmaster had such a boner for fucking you all over. God damn, the bureaucrats of this country fucking suck.
That would
You all
probably.
own me. You all
because they
own
hate
me.
the orb.
No.
own
It's
me.
probably has something to do with my past.
No.
And,
No, the biggest thing was you aren't the biggest annoyance. He didn't hate you nearly as much as he had hatred for Deimos and Crow.
That's quite a surprise, because most people know my name and kind of hate it.
He could care less about you. His big thing was Crow and Deimos, which I don't get why. But that's not my problem. I'm going back to the carriage, and I'm going to the newly opened hot spring on the carriage.
Wait,
You all owe me. I want a raise and chocolates.
wait. Do you know what that map contains?
I haven't looked yet, Hoax. Like I said, I want a raise and chocolates. And then I will be looking at work.
Crow
believe
is
that
We can
like
get
a
you
chocolate
chocolates.
place that wants to go get chocolate.
Yeah, the chocolates we can easily do. The raise you're probably gonna have to discuss with Mr. Zagler.
Oh, no. I'm not going to Zagler for this. And she'll like walk right up to Hoax and she'll do the forceful poke in his chest. I'm going over with the Draconian district manager on this. Because he's the one that's always signing my checks.
Hoax reaches into his pocket and drops 100 platinum in her hand. There, settle down.
You see your ticket? Good. That map's an ancient map. The lines that you're talking about are an ancient Fey ley line. Most likely Fey ley line that used to exist before the Calamity. The tree is still your center point, but it probably points to at least one Fey area in Draconia if that's what you're interested in.
Well,
Now,
Lucy just
I'm going to go to
pokes
the
his
hot
head in.
springs.
Hello?
Huh. I think I actually
Hoax,
heard
what?
if you don't mind, may I take a look at that map after you're done?
She has it.
It's on the carriage. You can look at it. I'll show you it after the hot springs and the chocolate.
By the
I'd
way,
like
is
to
Ever
join
back
you
with
on
me?
that. I'd like to join you on that.
I'm gonna
I'll go find
Freeze.
chocolates.
Yeah, someone.
Yeah,
I'll say for the sake.
chocolate.
I'll say for the sake of Revy, you guys can find like 5 gold worth of chocolates, and these are like the bougie of bougie chocolates, like the kind of ones you see in the movies or stuff, where it's like the lady enjoying themselves in the nice bath with the rose petals, the candles, and the chocolate. It's like those types.
Like the kind that make you think they taste good, but don't unless you've actually trained yourself to.
By
If
the
you
way,
have if you have a fine palate kind of thing, yeah. Yes.
Flame,
I
is
have a-
Deborah back with me?
Hold on. 3 people talking. Yes, you got Deborah back.
Alright, cool.
What were you gonna say though, Deimos?
No, it wasn't relevant. I was
Okay.
just gonna make a joke about a certain brand of quote unquote fancy chocolate.
I'll put it this way:
Well,
you guys
block
can
the
tell
chocolate,
she's
by the way.
tired, and it sounds like she got you out of a lot of trouble. So she might be tired of having to deal with that dick of a lawmaster.
I have a
In that
question.
case, Lucian will take a look at Deborah real quick, and just mentally shoot her, talk to her. Hey Deborah, mind helping out our little lawmaster friend unwind? Feels like she needs someone to talk shit with.
My specialty.
She's heading to the hot spring. Have fun.
While we go to get the chocolate, I want to ponder what she said about the mass dislike about Crow more than
The
anything.
mass dislike of Crow and Deimos.
Yeah, and Deimos, and why that might be. Like my first, in Gellum's first thought is maybe he might be connected to our mystery man on the boat.
Yeah, you can make me a history check. Before you give me the answer though, in Gelrum or not in Gelrum, Hoax, you had something to say?
Yeah, at this point I just want to go collect Alice and go back to my aunt.
Okay. Zag will let you know that the carriage is just a little ways away. If you guys are all good walking to the carriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Deimos already has a pretty good idea why the Dragonborns don't like him.
This was a dragon, so specifically a red dragon. So
Yeah, but it's all based on the same conversation that he had.
and Gelrum, what'd you get for that history check?
19.
Two things come to mind. One, you remember the story of people telling you about when Letton made the constructs and used them to fight the dragons. And two, Crow looks like oh fudge, I'm forgetting his name.
Azeel
Leighton.
Azeel.
He looks like Azeel Leighton, and Azeel Leighton was the prodigal paladin clerical Azamar's son of the great goddess, blah blah blah, and he was like one of the higher ups in the Letton military. And it was said he fought a lot of dragons and killed a lot of dragons. So probably prejudiced, probably a lot of prejudice.
Yeah.
But alrighty, you're gonna get the chocolates. You get 5 gold worth of those really fancy chocolates. The rest of you are making your way to the carriage. Now, Dazzleboober, you said you wanted to go in the hot springs?
No, I was hoping to join Lucian with reading the book.
The book?
The
You mean the
map.
map?
You mean the map?
Yeah, the map.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she said she'd gladly show you guys the map and the notes she's taken after her hot spring, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lucian sent Deborah to help her unwind faster.
Yeah.
Dazzlebooper will check out the hot spring then.
Okay, it is water. I will warn you that. I'll warn Dazzle that.
Hot water is still water.
Unfortunately.
He'll just wait. He'll just wait on the side. He'll just lounge on the side, on like the sidewalk of the.
Isn't there like
the
a
hot
steam
spring.
bath or a steam sauna somewhere?
Nope. Not that
That's
you can see
still
that.
that's still
Moisture.
water.
That's still moisture. And this is also split off, like male one side, female the other side. So I will let people know that. This isn't a communal thing. But alrighty, we're gonna jump by that. I'll say you got the chocolates and she's doing her little steaming and the hot springs. Hoax, are you making your way towards your room, or are you like looking at a specific area for her?
I'll just see if anybody's seen her and just start narrowing it down.
You run into which one of these do you run off into? You run into Off Block.
Well, hello there, Off Block.
Hello.
Where's Alice?
Alice. She tiefling lady, right?
Correct.
They're in the dining room having tea with the lady in black and Alice.
That's a lot to unpack. Alright, thanks, Off Block. I'm just gonna head over there.
Okay.
Oh no, lady in black. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'll go to the dining room.
Oh
You see,
no.
in the dining room, you see Alice and her daughter Salis
Sully.
drinking. Yeah, Salis and Solly. I am getting my minds mixed up today. Sorry. You'll see Solly and her daughter Salis drinking tea, having cookies. You'll see Alice, your wife, I guess fiance. You're not married yet. You'll see her there, just enjoying a cup of tea and sitting right next to her, talking to her. You see your aunt.
Well,
And I love the black
Phew.
gown.
well, that kills a lot of birds with a lot of stones. Oak says, exhausted.
You see your aunt look at you. Ah, Hoax.
Ah, Auntie Dara, you almost had me hung for piracy.
I was afraid they'd fake the manifest.
Yeah, I tried to explain that. They didn't like my metaphor.
Yes. Oh, by the way, there's someone here to see you, Hoax.
Oh, that can't possibly be good. Who's here?
You hear in your mind, Hoax.
Uh-oh.
Oaks is facing his aunt and Alice. They can very visibly see this look of, oh, fucking brilliant.
Hoax Maddox Bradshaw. In the time you've been away, you have you hear the sound of like anger but trying to keep it stifled in the mind. Unmarital sex. Get engaged without informing. And then get yourself arrested.
He'll turn around and go,
No, you don't turn around. You stay looking at your aunt. And then I get information, not from you, but your father, that you're getting engaged. You don't even think to tell me. You just tell your father. Do you know what that makes me feel, Hoax? That you can't even trust me with this information. I have to learn from the rigmarole of your father, and your father doesn't even give it out in a good way. Your father says, "Oh, your son's engaged, and he might be a dad. Apparently, the way he's hinting at stuff. No levity in that. So, pray tell, Hoax, when were you gonna tell me?"
first off, I find it endlessly amusing that you only focus on the negative. Secondly, I told Dad because Dad has the easiest time of getting to you. I was already trying to work on getting to my father. I had no ability of contacting you, and I didn't want you to worry.
You have, Hoax. You've contacted me before with those sending messages, but now you're saying you had no way of contacting me?
Of course, because we were busy, Mom, and I only had so much money to use the sending stone.
Oh, but you have the time and money to send messages to your father, but not to me.
I had business.
Yes. And I take it your business was so important that you couldn't even talk to your dear mother.
I figured you were busy running your bakery, Mom. I did not want to stress you out any further.
But instead, you leave it to your father to come stress me out and make me have to shut down my businesses and come running here to talk to you.
Well, technically, he got you here because the wedding's on. Whenever
Oh,
you were
and now there's
supposed
a
to get
wedding!
here. Yeah, we were waiting for you.
You just feel this icy cold hand on your back shoulder. And you can just feel that mom rage behind you. That, oh God. And you slowly feel them turning you around to face them. And your mom's not in her human form. She's in her doppelganger form, which she only takes when she's really upset.
I've always told you look much better like this, Mom. I'm happy to see you being natural.
Roll a persuasion and you pray to whatever god you believe in this works well.
Character sheet is 12.
That's a 12.
You
No.
know I only allow your father to tell me that.
Hell hath no
Flattery's
fury
not
like a
gonna get you
mother
out of
left
this
out of the loop.
One trying to flatter you, Mom. Look, here's the things that Dad decided he wasn't going to tell you. I have kept my friends out of jail by being the best damn lawyer this side of the mountains. I have managed to get kidnapped and negotiate my way out of a kidnapping. I have helped many a people. And I make one little silly mistake and almost get hung for piracy. You know, everybody has a lot of duality.
And you had to bury a cousin.
And I buried our cousin.
Although doppelgangers don't have facial features, you can clearly tell what you said has just worried her greatly. Hoax. Just stop talking. Now go sit by Alice. You're going to talk with your grandma, with your aunt, and me and Alice are going to go have a lovely walk and talk.
I'm gonna contact Alice in my mind. You might
you hear like right before you said something. Oh, and I've heard you can do the mental speaking. Don't try cheating and talking to her.
She's gonna hear back. He's gonna hear back. Well, see, you all caught up.
I want her to hit you. Like, I want her to smack you, but I'm like, no, that's not something a mom would just do. But I'm just like, this is my response. She's like,
Give smack.
keep that attitude up.
Give smack.
I will blister your behind.
Do the give smack.
Hoax forgetting that she can read minds is just like, my goodness, I'm 21 years old. I'm just trying to live.
You are not so old as that I cannot blister your ass so red that no matter how long you live, it will look red to anyone who asks.
Please go talk to my lovely fiance, and she can regale you with the tale of how I left the plane. I wish to speak to my aunt without getting my ass beat.
She'll pat you. She'll do that like motherly pat on the cheek, and she'll go and take a generic featureless humanoid form. Like, you know, your mom's likes doing this, just like a human form with no face. Usually looks like a woman with like long red hair.
Yeah, if she's still reading my thoughts, she will hear him start thinking, oh, well, Dad could tell her all this, but then tell her I left the plane without telling anybody.
You just hear in your mind, oh, we're going to talk about that too, mister.
I'll reply back in thoughts. Don't worry, I'm sure Alice will tell you all about that and why.
You better hope she saves your hide or you're grounded.
Try it.
You're not too old for me to blister and ground you, boy. She'll turn to Alice, and then she'll speak out loud. Alice, dear, let's go for a walk. I'd love to get to know you better.
Oh, no.
And they will leave the room, and you can see on Alice's face of, oh, dear God, what has happened? Hoax, what did you do?
Hoax is just going to speak aloud. We were supposed to go to a very racist breakfast.
What?
Remember, we were going to meet Gloria.
She's looking at you like you're crazy.
You called it racist, not me.
This is not. And your mother kind of does the motherly thing of like drag push out. You know, like, come on, dear, come on, child.
Hoax is going to sit across from his aunt when they leave and just go, what do you got for me, Auntie? I'm gonna need a lot for this. This has become a hellhole. This has been a hell drag.
You see, like, there's a smile on her face when she saw that. Oh, that's just adorable.
Oh, I'm so glad to amuse you, Auntie.
So I take it that went spectacular on the ship.
Yeah, they had a blow-up ooze, they had a hook haw, they were all slavers. Apparently that's legal now. Did you know that our liberties are being taken from us with every breath we take? And then they're trying to accuse you of being uppity.
Really? They're accusing me of being uppity.
Yeah, they said, oh, your aunt just wants to have more territory. Your aunt wants to steal territory in the sea. Well, to hell with them. Let her have the territory. I don't care. I don't own the ocean. She can have whatever she wants on the ocean.
Oh, sweet.
Roll charisma.
You see, a furrowed brow come her face when they call her uppity. When you say they call her uppity. Oh, I'm uppity, am I? Well, maybe I should remind them why I'm the queen of the lost swamps.
And like that, you've accidentally to war.
Well, and speaking of uppity, our lawyer, who I had no recollection of them being a lawyer, apparently was dragged into being our lawyer and is now pissed at me as if this is my fault at all.
Well, actually, dear, I did have a conversation with her on that one. She's not mad at you so much as she's mad at the situation. You see, if it wasn't for her, you lot would be facing at least 10 years. Minimum. And that's without them proving anything. That's simply them just not filing the case properly. From what I understand, they were going to bury this under litigation and paperwork and just bury you. So you do owe her thanks for that. And then she had to deal with that terrible lawmaster who's quite the womanizer, what I remember.
Well, I did give her 100 platinum, so not only did I not get my bounty of 13 chests, but I lost money on this one. And disappointed you.
Oh, no. You destroyed the ship, so I couldn't be happier.
Well, there's a WNO Hoaxmatics Bradshaw's belt.
Who did you run into on that ship, though?
This blonde bastard with a hooky ladder thingy on his coat, and then he turned into a mist or some shit, and then we ran into a hook haw, and then we ran into a slaver tiefling that Ngelrum drank with his sword, and...
A slave or tiefling, you said?
No, halfling.
Ah, halfling. Yes, so there was slaves on that ship. I was scared there might have been.
We saved every one of them.
Good. And get those people as far away as you can from the coastal fire. Unfortunately, now coastal fire has started taking slaves, although they don't claim them to be slaves. They claim to be gladiatorial servants, as they put it. The gladiator pits. It started out small, from what I understand. They were nothing more than criminals made to fight for entertainment. Well, you only have so many criminals a day when one dies every day from a fight, multiple dying some days. They need more entertainment. Well, then that turned into, we could use more people in the field. Let's make the criminals do that as well. You know, indentured servitude, living out your time spent and such. Well, now they're taking in anyone they can get their hands on, slapping a bogus charge on them and saying they're not slaves, they're simply criminals living out their sentence.
Well, it sounds like Coastal Fire needs some democracy.
Quite. I've made arguments with my brother about allowing some freedom be brought that way. But my brother doesn't want anything to do with it, as he has his own problems with the plays at the moment. I've spoken to some of the other nations around here that are willing to help me endeavor for this job, but most of them are dealing with their own problems right now, and if I were to go just attack Coastal Fire by myself, it would be seen as a act of hostility unnecessarily. I would be seen as a dictator again, and as much as I would love to put them in their place, I don't need the bad reputation right now.
I guess we're gonna have to hire some people for that.
More like you hire an army than anything. It's rather interesting. I do know this, though. Apparently, are you familiar with the humanitarian group known as the Jesters?
Yeah, I don't know much about him other than that one guy has the worst information on this plane. But he's a
Worst-
good guy.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Worst information. Usually the Jesters are good at getting information and good at giving out healing items and such. They're good at healing and helping.
Well, Crucius likes to give you the runaround a little bit because he's too busy bleeding.
So you were dealing with somebody who was a little hysterical because of blood loss.
Yes.
I feel like you can't fault him for that, but fair enough, fair enough.
I was under a time crunch.
I understand. But a job is a job, and payment is necessary. And you'll see her push this little chest forward to you.
I will take it.
Do you open the chest, or do you just pocket it?
Does she seem like the type that would get offended if I looked?
You don't know. That's the big thing. Like, you really don't know.
No time like the present.
Is that, can I insight that? Like, the proper handling
Yeah.
of this?
You can make an insight or an intelligence check. And be like, would she be offended if I opened it?
19 on the insight.
You think it'd be okay for you to open this one?
I'll open it.
There is 25 gold, and there seems to be a scroll of paper.
Sure.
I will...
Your aunt's cheap.
I will open the scroll of paper.
First off, fuck you, Deimos. Second off, it is a deed to a ship.
I'm not even there, dude.
Wow.
The ship we just blew up.
This is incredible.
I will inform you. Most of your reward money went to the creation of that ship. It's not done yet, but I had them use special wood from my area. So your ship will be a little more reinforced, so to speak. It's nothing the size of what you just took down, but it'll be it's a bit larger than a sleuth, so to speak. It should be enough for your group to be on and have a small bit of cargo underneath. It should take a little bit of time to have it fully built to the specs I asked for, and I will be more than happy to let you know when it is ready to go.
No, this is perfect. Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you. You got that blasted, decrepit excuse of wood out of my waters.
If you have any more slavers for us to commit terrorism against, you let me know.
Oh, Hoax, I will let you know. Post haste.
Hoax will pull out his journal and just write, I love committing terrorism against slavers, and then close it.
I mean, it's not is it really terrorism against slavers, or is it just knocking a couple jackasses around?
I
mean,
It's teaching a lesson to
technicality
the
is
rest of them. It's called teaching a
te-
lesson to the rest of them.
committing acts of terror
or
against any group,
or
no
counterterrorism.
Well, the problem
Okay,
is
too many
strike back.
people talking.
the problem is committing acts of terror against any group, no matter how good or bad they are, is still terrorism, no matter how you
Strike
flavor
back.
it.
Yeah, I mean, there's that argument. It is. But,
Is this going to be one of those weird situations where, yes, we get a ship, but we have to pay an exorbitant amount of tax on it?
This isn't the Mr. Beast video.
I mean,
This isn't a game show where they have to pay tax on their winnings.
there's a reason you only got like 25 gold for your for the check.
Registration fee.
Look, there's a reason I said "fuck you, Deimos," and you're like, "Wow, your aunt's cheap." I'm like, "Fuck you, man! You don't know what kind of money she just put down. You got a ship. The smallest, one of the smallest and cheapest ships in this game is 10,000 gold.
I will look at her and go, by the way, if you see my father, those damn gnolls tricked us, walked off with this